It's just you right here, right now, present in the center. So we're not in a coliseum, but that's kind of the metaphor they want to give you, to push everything out. Everything that you're owning physically, emotionally, all the work that you've done, all the stories, we're just here right now. I just want you to breathe and just be here with them. As the sovereign, multidimensional being of light that you are, present right here. If there's anything we need to do, that's all we need to do, is just be. And from this place of clarity, purity, now their wisdom can be brought up, and through that, the truth of the soul. So, standing here before us, before these mighty beings, which, by the way, are simply a reflection of you. So the mind comes in then saying, but I. No, that's not what we're doing here. We're being present with the divine, with this piece and part of you, the truth of you that is eternal, that is pure light. By staying right here, nothing else exists. There is no owning of anything. There's no owning of the ego. There's no owning of the illnesses, no owning of stories. All is perpetual. They're bringing up the word perpetual. So some of these things have become perpetual for you. We're breaking up that energy of it's perpetual motion. It's always, nope, it's not right here, right now. Nothing else that does not exist. It's not perpetual. It's sitting out in the audience, but here we are in the light. It's almost like there's this great big beam of light, because here you are standing singularly, surrounded by these beings of light that are you. You're standing there with this beam of light shining down upon you. And all we can see is your truth. And the truth of you is that you are a pure, eternal, multidimensional being of light. Sometimes there are too many questions asked. Why? What is? How? So the questions, they want to turn this around, if there would be any questions at all. What can I change within myself to bring about the health that I desire? The health that is the truth of me. Is there anything that I can do to change within myself? And if there were, the one thing that they're telling you is to come here more often, where the stories don't exist. Because in speaking, repeating, talking, writing, sending, we're owning, this is my story, and we tell it over and over and over. No story. In the truth of this multidimensional being of light here, standing, just breathing, with this beautiful beam of light shining upon you, there are no stories. They said, you want to know how to connect with your higher self? You are it right here, right now, in this moment, where nothing else, there is no other truth, there's no story. No story to tell. This is where they want you to operate from. Where there's clarity, no owning of anything. So in other words, excuse me, I almost choked. The speaking of the story has to go, I am light. That's part of it. Now, let's go into the physicality and see if there's anything that needs to be switched on. Okay. So I'm looking within the brain, and I can actually see so much clearing, so much work that you have done, but it's all from a what's wrong with me story. All right. So we're undoing that, what's wrong with me. And again, just standing, just being. So much like we've pushed away all the stories, now what we're going to do right here, right now, your guidance system, your higher self, is all of those things that took ownership here in your auric field, we're now taking this light that you are and expanding. Picture a flame, flickering flame of light within your heart. Grows bigger and bigger. These little embers, these little sparks come shooting off that flame in your heart up to all the surrounding cells. And then those surrounding cells send a flickering light to all the other cells until your body becomes one large, beaming, glowing ember. And we're expanding that now even brighter. Oh, something in your prefrontal cortex just lifted. There was so much stress here in your prefrontal cortex that just lifted with this light exercise that we're doing here today. And they're giving it to you as a gift to do it consistently rather than telling the stories, because that's gone. We're not doing that anymore. We're being light. And so now every cell in the body is this beautiful flickering flame. And in the presence of this flickering flame of light and love, nothing else exists. In this light and love, we speak purity, we speak health, we speak joy, we speak freedom to every cell within the body. And in the same way, we're now instructing it, building in new memory, telling it, reminding every cell in the body that its new MO, modus operandi, whatever that word is, its new MO is vibrancy. We're restoring to every single cell within the body its original instructions and blueprint of vibrancy and health and light and joy and freedom, expansion. There we go. Youthing, even speaking youthing to all the cells so that, so now we're growing younger with every second. All right, so now with this body lit as it is, we're expanding that in all directions, above, below, sides, much like a big cylinder expanding, and you're filling the cylinder with the light of your body so that we're actually cleansing and clearing everything that has come and joined the party, if you will, in your energetic body. The light. Unless you choose to continue to go back and own the stories, what we're doing right now is pushing this cylinder of light out, pushing out, and letting all of these things that have collected within your auric field, within your luminous light body, all these things that have come and attached and kind of came with you along with on your party of life. We're letting it know that it no longer belongs here because we're showing it our light that just expands larger and larger in all directions, so that all those stories and all the things that you've had attached in your auric field, they're saying, I can't even get in there anymore, so I may as well leave. This is the place of sovereignty. This, if you're to own anything, it's this. That's the start. That's where we start. This is a correction of the mind, correction of the cells within the body, a restoration where nothing else exists but this truth. And in this truth can nothing else opposing it stand. Beautiful.